Welcome back to the first post-brand split edition of No Limits Wrestling. Still to come tonight. In fact, coming up next, it is the rematch we've been waiting for the Women's Championship. Lita defends her newly won title against Charlotte Flair, the former champion. Only this time, it's a submission match, and that has to play into the challenger's hands. No wonder she picked that match to be the rematch stipulation. However, let's take you back to last week and show you how Lita won the Women's Championship in the first place. A grueling matchup against Charlotte merely 24 hours after Charlotte had successfully defended her title against Trish Stratus inside of a steel cage. Now on that night, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte's protege, looked to ruin it for Lita. However, Lita was not going to let that stand in her way of a victory. She hit the moonsault, she became the Women's Champion, and to no one's surprise, Charlotte was not happy. That is why we've got the rematch here tonight, and this time it's a submission match. I've been informed that Alexa Bliss has been officially banned from ringside in this matchup. In fact, I know that she's being observed in the backstage area so that she doesn't interfere in this matchup to help Charlotte regain the title, in fact. And Lita, this is her first title defense. There are no pinfalls, no countouts, no DQs. Look at that, Charlotte went for the kick and then got booted away when she went for the figure eight. Now Lita tries for the monkey flip. Charlotte lands on her feet and hits the spear. I've no doubt in my mind that these are two of the most dominant women in professional wrestling today. In fact, they may be the most athletically gifted in the world today, and that is why they're competing for the most prestigious prize in women's wrestling, the NXT Women's title. And there's a head scissors takeover, and now looks to cut off the oxygen with the legs, and now bridges over, but there are no pins. And now the strength to get back on their feet, shoved off the ropes. There's a sunset flip again, goes to the figure four but kicked away. Lita knows to stay away from that figure four, but there's a backbreaker. The knee across the spine of Lita. And Lita, if that spine's knackered, won't be able to hit the moonsault later in this matchup. But now, again, going to work on that back, and that's what you have to do in a match where only submissions count. You have to wear down the body parts that you can use to get a submission on, but instead gets out of that move with a Northern Light suplex, and Lita ensures that no more damage is done to her back. And now she's going to the top rope. Well, what is her plan? Going for the Hurricane Rana, maybe? No, a powerbomb! A powerbomb by Charlotte, and already locks in the figure four. And Lita may have her championship reign ended as soon as it began. Now Charlotte bridges up into the figure eight, but Lita looking to turn over the pressure, and she does. Charlotte Flair now has her own hold applied onto her, but she's in the position where she can break it. And now Charlotte sees Lita in the corner, throws for a spear, and it hits the ring post, and a DDT. This is what led Lita to winning the women's title last week. And if she can go to the top rope, hit a moonsault, puts her in a great position, but on the top rope, and there's Charlotte, realising that she was about to be hit with a moonsault. And now Lita is locked into the Tree of Woe, and the bicycle kick to the knee, and drop kicks her outside. Charlotte going to try and wear down the legs so she can hit the figure four or even the figure eight and get a submission to regain the women's title she lost last week. But she's on the outside, and from the top rope to the floor, Charlotte with the moonsault. Only this week it does not connect. Last week Charlotte hit a corkscrew dive to Lita, which nearly saw Lita taken out of the game, but this week Charlotte did not connect. And from the rampway to the floor, Lita with the Hurricane Rana. And now Charlotte knocked a loopy, and Lita on the top with a moonsault. But this week she cannot go for a pin, it's submissions only. And what is Lita's plan of action here? She has Charlotte right where she wants her. And what the hell? The sleeper applied, but the move she hit was total satisfaction. And now now Charlotte Flair taps out. And the move that Charlotte fell to was the total stratisfaction, and perhaps that was a message being sent from Lita to Trish Stratus, who is still recuperating from her injury at home, saying that we're still thinking of you. And that's a class act by Lita to do that. And a dedication to Trish Stratus as well, the moonsault. And then this was it in fact, the total stratisfaction into the sleeper hold. And it was there that Charlotte had to tap out. And here comes Alexa Bliss to the aid of Charlotte Flair. Wasn't able to interfere this week. And it was Lita who successfully retains her women's title 1 week after she won it. And Alexa Bliss in the ring trying to comfort Charlotte, but there is nothing that you can do to comfort that woman right now. She lost last week and she lost again here tonight, failing to regain the women's title. And it is Lita in a matchup where she has very little experience in, and this week Lita retains her women's title. And what is this?
Hey, I've knocked on every door in this arena and still no luck. Where do we go now? I'll tell you what, we ain't leaving here until somebody speaks to us.
Well, that's Dean Malenko and Barry Windham. And if you remember a couple of weeks ago, they were fired by No Limits Wrestling. And this was a backstage issue, not an on-screen issue. And well, we heard Arn Anderson talk about agents being let go, and those were two of the agents that were let go. And apparently they're looking for somebody to speak to. Well, still, we continue on with the action here tonight. Xavier Woods in the ring, and about to make his way to the arena, the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan. A man who ended the undefeated streak of Kurt Angle a few months ago, and since then has been trying to find his feet, and now, going for that megaphone shot, and now 3 series of kicks to the face of Xavier Woods, and right out of the gate, Daniel Bryan beating the piss out of him. Oh my god! A running knee! And how far are we into this matchup? 20 seconds? And he has the arms hooked. Oh my god, look at the way he's going to separate the shoulders. Cattle mutilation. And Xavier Woods gave up. Well, my watch indicates that match lasted just under 30 seconds. And Daniel Bryan, that is a hell of a lot of pent-up frustration. And that was what led him to the victory in such a convincing fashion. Well, Daniel Bryan, admittedly, has been left floundering since he defeated Kurt Angle all those months ago. And tonight, after being drafted to No Limits Wrestling, gets a fresh start and a major victory over Xavier Woods here. A convincing and dominant display by the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan, and now that he's been drafted to NLW, he is looking for more competition in the future. And speaking of competition, the X Division has become exclusive to the NLW brand. Now that X Division champion Neville has been drafted here, the X Division stars are looking to stake their claim as being the #1 contender. And this week, there was a #1 contenders match. 2 wrestlers newly drafted to NLW, Rob Van Dam and Adam Cole. Both these men competed to see who would be the X Division #1 contender. However, the end result of this match that took place earlier tonight ended in a lot of controversy. Van Dam now with a headlock applied to Adam Cole, and Cole scouts it, sends Van Dam on the apron. Van Dam leapfrogs over him, and there's the crossbody. Adam Cole looked for the baseball slide, but instead Van Dam leaped over it, and now Cole is draped across the barricade for Van Dam to deliver that split leg to the spine. And Adam Cole just got taken out. His vertebrae cracked against the barricade. And Van Dam throws him back in the ring. Now on the top rope, and what is this? And well, the lights have gone out, and this is what happened last week. Well, Van Dam was distracted by it, and he gets crushed by Adam Cole. And Adam Cole, Panama Sunrise. That leaping pile driver hooks the leg, and Adam Cole is the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. And Adam Cole, not without controversy, defeats Rob Van Dam in his first match as a member of the NRW brand. And Adam Cole, he doesn't know what the hell just went on, but quite frankly, he does not care. All he cares about is getting that victory and securing himself the number one contendership to the title that he lost. Adam Cole is the number one contender for Neville's title. My name's Jimmy Hart and I am the new backstage interviewer here in No Limits Wrestling. And right now my first interview is with the former world champion CM Punk and the man he teams with tonight, Edge. Now Punk, seems to me you may have taken things too far with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And let me correct you right there, I don't think I went far enough. Because by all accounts, Stone Cold's going to make a full recovery. And to me, that's not enough. Not enough for the way he treated me. Not enough for what he did to me. He cost me my world championship, and that is unforgivable. I promised him if I did not walk out of the Royal Rumble as the champion, I was going to make his life a freaking nightmare, and that's exactly what I've done. He used to hope and pray that he never comes into contact with me again, but I have more important matters to attend to. One being, I want my championship back. So Shawn Michaels, don't think I've forgotten about you. Last week, I made sure that you got your ass handed to you by the Dudleys, and I've been talking it over with my tag team partner for tonight, and he suggested an excellent match to try and take back my championship. He said the rematch I should have is a match where I could get out all of my frustrations and all of it would be legal. I want a tables, ladders and chairs match for the World Championship, and I want it against you at Desolation. So are you man enough to accept the challenge, or am I just gonna have to get my fill tonight in that tag team match? I'm waiting on an answer, Shawn. Don't keep me waiting. And as for Seth Rollins, you better hope that he doesn't show his face in that tag team match tonight, because I promise, you thought that night stick attack was bad? I may make it my mission to make sure you never even make it to War Games. Hey, what the hell's going on? Camera guy, look over here. What's going on here? What's going on here? Oh my god! It's Pentagon Jr! And Pentagon snapping the arm of Rob Van Dam. And Van Dam's just lost, and Van Dam's in a lot of pain. It has just been a terrible night for Rob Van Dam. First he loses the number one contendership to Adam Cole, and then he gets his arm snapped in half by Pentagon Jr. Now we move on to the situation involving Bray Wyatt and Sting. We showed you earlier tonight what happened when Sting was up in the rafters. However, Bray Wyatt has been losing his mind as of late, as if he wasn't before. Last week Bray Wyatt had a world title match ruined by Sting. Sting appeared from the rafters, distracting Bray Wyatt long enough for Shawn Michaels to pick up the victory on that occasion. And then, this past week on Metal, Cactus Jack of all people came down to the ring to try and soothe Bray Wyatt and advise him on the situation with Sting, saying, it's not worth it. I've been in that position before and it has ruined my body and my career. He said he didn't want to see the same thing happen to a young talent like Bray Wyatt. However, Bray Wyatt took that as a challenge, attacking Cactus Jack and with the help of Kane, laying out Cactus Jack for good. Tonight, with the knowledge that Sting was in the building up in the rafters somewhere, Bray Wyatt could not wait to get his hands on Sting. I'm sick and tired, man, of you sitting up there twiddling your thumbs just waiting for me to lose my mind. Well, Sting, I have officially lost my mind. You see, all I've been trying to do for years was peacefully and productively help all the people that come to me. I've helped guys like Kane, I've helped guys like The Brood, AJ Lee find themselves, and Sting, you're making it very, very difficult for me to stay peaceful. What do you want me to do, Sting? You want me to say sorry? Because I'm not going to say sorry to you, Sting. I'm not going to apologize for locking you in that casket all those months ago and setting that casket on fire. I did what I thought was right. And in hindsight, Sting, it was the right thing to do because you were pissing me off. You were trying to ruin the lives of myself and my family. And nobody messes with a king's family, Sting. I am not only a king, I am your god! And I will strike you down with powerful vengeance the moment I get my hands on you, Sting. So how about you fly down, come down here, and face me like a man, Sting? Cause I know you're a coward, Sting, but for once in your measly little life,
You come to me face to face and we fight it out right now. Oh, I see that blank expression on your face, Sting. I know you don't want to fight me, because you know what I do to people that disagree with me. I'll tell you what I do. Just look at what I did on Metal, what I did to Cactus Jack. He tried to insinuate that my mental instability was some kind of weakness, Sting. It's my goddamn wild card. I took out Cactus Jack, and I proved that being hardcore ain't enough to mess with a god like me. Sting, I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you. Don't make the same mistake that Cactus Jack made, because I'm afraid of what I might do. Although, Sting, if you do decide to come down, I will take a hell of a lot of pleasure in beating you down and proving that the only way to enlightenment is by following the buzzard, Sting. And for your sake, if you don't want that same fate that Cactus Jack suffered, that others have suffered, I suggest that you run.
Well, this is not what we anticipated. I don't think this is what Bray Wyatt anticipated either. And is he actually here? Well, he is. I recognise... Oh, wait. What's he got in his hands? My God, that's a barbed wire baseball bat. And Bray Wyatt wanted Sting. He did not want Cactus Jack branding Barbie. And it goes off the skull of Thorn. And here come Wyatt's disciples, the Brood. And now AJ Lee as well. Another disciple of Bray Wyatt. Tries to get on the back of Cactus Jack. But the Brood were taken out with those barbed wire shots, and now it's Jack and Wyatt alone. But here comes Kane. And Kane took out Wyatt. Or I should say Kane. Oh! Double arm DDT onto the barbed wire. It was Kane who took out Jack with the tombstone on Metal.
Bray, you call yourself God, but you have awoken the devil in Cactus Jack. You see, you can forget about Sting. Because I want a piece of your ass. I want a match against you, Bray. But not just any match. I want a match where I have to kill you to keep you down. I want a match that there is no pinfalls, no submissions. The only way to win is to cause as much bodily harm as possible. I will show you I am a hardcore legend. Because every day since you and your gang beat me up, I've had to look into the mirror and I go, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most sadistic of them all? And not once did they say Bray Wyatt. The answer was always Cactus Jack. So what I want is to face you in a match that is a last man standing. Bang bang! Well, what a challenge from Cactus Jack to Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, the King of the Ring. And Kane still holding his face after the double arm DDT onto the barbed wire. Sting is still hanging above in the rafters. Bray Wyatt can't seem to catch a break. First of all, Sting causes him to go insane. And now Cactus Jack challenges Bray to a last man standing match. And speaking of last man standing, Seth Rollins was left laid out. He was not standing earlier tonight when he was taken out with nightstick shots to the ribs by the Commissioner's goons, thanks to Edge. And well, he is scheduled to compete in the tag team main event tonight, but it's looking increasingly unlikely. At least it's scheduled to be Rollins and Michaels against Punk and Edge. That is our main event here tonight.